Shortly after Loki escaped the helicarrier, he contacted Thanos and the being known as the Other to inform him that everything was going according to plan. Meanwhile, after the death of Agent Phil Coulson, Nick Fury uses Coulson's death to motivate the Avengers and have them work together. Rogers and Stark have an argument. However, the two realize later that Loki plans to open a portal above Stark Tower at the center of New York City. Rogers, Romanoff, and Barton follow Tony Stark in his Iron Man suit. Stark arrives first thing, failing to stop the brainwashed scientist Eric Salvage, who was working on opening the Chitauri portal so they can invade Earth. Moments later, Stark confronts Loki. The two engage in a brief battle of wits. Stark fails to intimidate Loki, while Loki fails to control Stark's mind, thanks to the arc reactor in Stark's chest. Loki, being angered, instead throws Stark through a window. Stark activates his Mark 7 armor, which saves him from imminent death. Stark, with his suit, flies back up to incapacitate Loki, but fails. This causes scientist Salvage to activate the portal machine, opening the portal as everyone in New York City can see a massive portal with aliens coming through it, and them causing imminent destruction. Arriving moments after the portal opens in the sky, Barton, Romanoff, Rogers, and Thor join Stark to stop and destroy as many invading Chitauri aliens as possible. Banner later arrives on a bike and uses a special technique to transform into the Hulk. Hulk manages to beat Loki into submission. At the same time, the Avengers fight off hordes of Chitauri aliens and saving various children, showing they are Earth's mightiest heroes. During what is later known to be the Battle of New York, a young Kate Bishop is saved by Hawkeye. She witnesses an alien soaring from the window. As a Chitauri explosion hit her house, Kate witnesses that Stark Tower was being destroyed. Seeing the Avenger fight an alien attack, she was saved by Hawkeye. After being saved by him, she was deeply touched and became inspired by his actions, deeming him as her favorite Avenger and hero. Romanoff manages to make her way to the portal device. Salvage, now freed from Loki's control, reveals that Loki's scepter can close the portal. Meanwhile, the World Security Council attempts to end the war by shooting a missile at Manhattan. Iron Man intercepts the missile and takes it through the portal the Chitauri are invading from, before running out of power and plummeting back to Earth. The Hulk manages to catch Stark as he falls, while the Chitauri fleet is destroyed by the nuke. This effectively disables the Chitauri forces on Earth. Romanoff closes the portal and the battle is won. Meanwhile, in China, the Rand family is meeting a tragic fate as their plane is crashing in the mountains. A young Danny Rand is adopted by the people of the mystical lost city of Kunlun, a mystical lost city located in a different dimension and one of the 7 capital cities of heaven. The gate of Kunlun can be accessed from China once every 15 years, and that happened to be the time when Danny Rand's plane with his family had crashed, and Danny Rand was lost and was taken in to train to beat the immortal Iron Fist. During the night of the invasion in Afghanistan, during Operation Cerberus, a covert task force aimed at eliminating terrorist groups was formed and led by Agent Orange, who, during the operation, flagged an individual as a terrorist, abducted him, and terrorized him. After the interrogation, Agent Orange ordered his colleague and friend Frank Castle to execute the terrorist and bury him in an unmarked grave. Unknown to anybody in the group, they were being filmed by one of their squad members. Meanwhile, in Atlanta, Georgia, happening at the same time, a young Tyrone Johnson and his brother Billy Johnson are running from the police officer James Corner and his partner. Meanwhile, on a bridge not far away, Nathan Bowen is driving with his young daughter Tandy Bowen and gets a call from his boss, Ivan Hess, who works at Roxxon, asking about golf platforms. Suddenly, the platform explodes, causing Nathan to veer off the road and into the water, killing him and submerging his daughter. The explosion causes the officer to accidentally shoot and kill Billy, Tyrone's brother. Tyrone cannot believe his eyes and runs into the water to try to save his brother. The explosion sets off light force and dark force energy in the water that comes into contact with Tandy and Tyrone.